Right now, your baby is looking at you, and you think you know what they see. Their parent, their protector, the person who feeds them, holds them, loves them more than anything in this world. But neuroscientists have just confirmed something that will completely reshape how you see that moment. Your baby has never once looked at you and thought, "That's my mom," or "That's my dad." Not once. What they actually see is something far older, far deeper, and honestly, far more beautiful than a title or a role. And by the end of this video, the way you hold your baby, talk to your baby, and even look at your baby will never feel the same again. If that sounds like something every parent needs to hear, hit subscribe, because this is exactly what we do here. Point 1. You are not a person to them. You are a landscape. In the first weeks of life, your baby's visual system is so underdeveloped that your face, the one you lean in close to show them, is almost completely a blur. What they can detect is contrast, movement, heat. So when they look at you, they are not seeing you. They are mapping a warm, moving, high-contrast environment. To their brain, you are less like a human being and more like a living world they are trying to understand. But here is where it gets extraordinary. Researchers found that a newborn's heart rate synchronizes with their caregivers within days of birth. Not weeks, days. They do not know your name. They cannot see your face clearly. But their body is already tuning itself to yours, like a radio locking onto a frequency it has been searching for. Point 2. Your voice built their sense of safety before they were born. By 28 weeks in the womb, your baby's auditory system is already active, already listening. Your voice, muffled, low, rhythmic, becomes the neurological baseline for what safe sounds like. This is why newborns turn toward their mother's voice within hours of birth. Not because they recognize a face, because their nervous system has already encoded that sound as home. So when you talked to your bump and felt a little silly, you were not being sentimental. You were literally wiring safety into your baby's brain before they took their first breath. Point 3. You are not caring for their nervous system. You are their nervous system. In the 1970s, researchers studying premature infants noticed something deeply disturbing. Babies receiving perfect nutrition, perfect temperature, perfect medical care, but minimal human touch, were failing to thrive. Some were dying. They introduced skin-to-skin contact. Baby placed directly on the parent's chest. The results were immediate. Oxygen levels improved. Stress hormones dropped. Weight gain accelerated. Because the baby's body was not being comforted. It was borrowing the parent's biology to regulate itself. Your heartbeat tells them how fast to breathe. Your body temperature signals their brain to stop producing cortisol. Your smell releases oxytocin in their system. For the first year of life, you are not their caregiver. You are their external nervous system. My daughter used to fall asleep in 30 seconds on my chest and scream for 40 minutes in a perfectly safe, perfectly warm bassinet. I thought she was being difficult. She was doing exactly what her biology was designed to do. Point 4. Your face is the first language they ever learn. Adult humans can produce over 10,000 distinct facial expressions. And by just 2 months of age, your baby is studying yours with the focus of someone trying to crack a foreign language. They are not admiring you. They are decoding you. Research from the University of Washington found that babies as young as 14 weeks begin to anticipate emotional expressions, not just react to them. They are building a predictive model of your face, trying to forecast what comes next. This is why the still face experiment is so devastating to watch. When a mother goes completely expressionless mid-interaction, babies initially try everything to re-engage. Smiling, vocalizing, reaching. When nothing works, they collapse inward. In under 2 minutes of emotional unresponsiveness, a baby shows stress signals that take several minutes to fully recover from. Your face is not decoration to them. It is data. The first data set they use to answer the most important question of their life. Is the world safe for me? Point 5. What you actually are to your baby. You are a biological safe harbor. Every moment your baby is awake, their body is asking one question on repeat. Am I safe enough to grow? When you are present, warm, responsive, their nervous system shifts out of survival mode. Cortisol drops. Oxytocin rises. The prefrontal cortex receives the resources it needs to develop. The brain literally builds differently depending on how consistently that question gets answered. And here is the part that should take all the pressure off. Research shows it is not about being a perfect parent. It is about being a returning one. Rupture and repair. You get it wrong. You come back. You reconnect. That pattern, repeated over and over, is what builds secure attachment. You do not need to be perfect. You need to be present. You need to show up again. Because to your baby, you are not a human being with a name, a job, a complicated inner life. You are the signal that says, the world is safe. You can grow now. And there is nothing more powerful than that. If this changed how you see your baby, even slightly, share it with every parent you know. Subscribe for more. And go hold your baby a little longer tonight.